Disse halve, disse deixe-me, disse deixe-me
Welcome to Solar Wellness Module 4. Make thoughts your powerful ally. There's a very ancient saying, what you think, you become.
That's a very well-known saying, particularly in Vedantic culture. But what's the reality of that? What real basis can
Because everything is preceded by a thought. Thought is energy, it's information. And thoughts become action. Action becomes habit, and habit becomes you.
Interesting. But this idea, there's a big idea at the moment that our thoughts create our reality, our thoughts create our experience, which seems a bit kind of wacky to me. I mean,
No, you're mistaken here. It has been proven by modern science that thoughts do affect our physiology. There was a very nice book, Molecules of Emotion, by Candace Pert, where she demonstrated by what you think, you produce different chemicals which can be measured in your blood. Like if you are thinking positive thoughts, you'll produce rejuvenating hormones like DHEA, prolactin, growth hormone, and that makes you feel happier and heal faster.
so is a thought the same as an emotion? I mean, to me, a thought, is it a mental event or is it a physical event?
Thought, I would say, is how your body responds to a thought. It could be a negative thought, your body will respond negatively. If it's a positive thought, your body will respond positively. For example, with positive thoughts, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure goes down, and you are in a much relaxed and calm state where your immune system is actually affected too, because with positive thoughts you have more immunity. There was University of Pennsylvania study where they divided people into two groups, optimists and pessimists, people who saw glass half full and half empty. And then they exposed them to cold virus, the same dose. And actually the people who were thinking positive thoughts, who were optimistic, had a 50% less. That's very significant. 50% less cold,
Wow.
cold upper respiratory tract infection, because the immunology responded to their positive thinking.
So the immune system, the heart rate, the cardiovascular system, these are all responding to mental events. Now, does that mean thought precedes emotion?
Yeah, thought does precede emotion. Emotion, you can say thought in action.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's where the action word comes in, emotion. So it's a thought in motion. That is what emotion is.
And I think at that, when a thought becomes an emotion, that's when there's a biophysical event in the body.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have a thought which can turn into a biophysical event, which we know to be an emotion, and then we have a physiological response or output.
And why thoughts become your reality? I'll give you one very good example. Supposing you're going for a job interview and you're already having negative thoughts, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm going to not get this job. So now your body has reacted to that negative thoughts. Your heart rate is faster, your hands are cold and sweaty. When you shake hand with that person, that person will see that your hands are cold.
Right.
You don't have confidence within you, and that way you will literally not make the job interview.
Wow, so it's like the things I think will turn into biophysical events, realities in my
And
body.
that will become reality. Like if you were to go for a job interview with full confidence, with full positive thoughts, that I'm going to ace it, and you will ace it.
Wow. So in that way, there's nothing wacky about it. I mean, what you're saying is science knows that what we think determines our physical reality.
Oh yeah, and this can be measured by any number of ways. For example, they did studies like people were shown positive things or shown negative things. They were shown murders or violence, or they were shown meadows, they were showing beautiful women, beautiful sights, or big children playing, some healthy things, and their body responded differently. Their heart rate responded differently. Their brain waves responded differently.
Wow. So then positive thought becomes really important because it increases our immunology, it increases our mental clarity. What about when we're experiencing adversity, when we're experiencing challenges or stress? If the reality is
Like in life, negative things are going to happen. The circumstances are not going to be always conducive to what you want them to be.
Mhm.
For example, you want to be somewhere and the traffic, you will be stuck in traffic jam.
Mhm.
But you can reframe the situation and think of the positive thoughts.
So in a way, if I want to create wellness, what you're saying is regardless of the context or nature of my experience, I can begin to create wellness by thinking positively, regardless of what I may want to call.
And that actually is kind of law of attraction.
Mhm.
That becomes your reality. Reality is like what is law of attraction? It's a very thing everybody talks about law of
Right,
attraction right now,
right.
because this is how it's thought with action, which becomes your thing which you have been aspiring for.
I see. So at the level of creating wellness, it's all about. I want to ask you one more thing. Can the body respond positively or well or healthily when my experience is actually negative? Just because I
There's a
think.
very famous Hollywood saying, fake it till you make it.
Yes.
For example, I want you to scream but smile. Can you do those both?
No.
No, because if you're trying to smile, your body is responding to positive thinking and positive energy. Similarly, when you're doing positive energy, you smile. So body affects mind and mind affects body.
Uh-huh. So ultimately, the power, making thought our powerful ally is about, it's a real world thing we can do every day to create wellness, regardless of how unwell we might think we are.
Exactly. And thinking positive thoughts is very good idea to do journaling.
Mhm.
By journaling, you can think of positive thoughts. Louis Hayes wrote a very book, Heal Your Body,
Mhm.
and that was based on positive affirmations. You can
Uh-huh.
come up with positive affirmations. Like you get up in the morning and you say, or actually before going to sleep, you say, my body is healthy and strong. When you sleep, your subconscious mind will respond to that. And my body is healthy and strong. Louise Hayes actually had cancer, and
Mhm.
just by positive thinking and affirmations, she was actually able to get rid of that cancer because her body responded.
Wow. So any of us out there, whether we're dealing with cancer or maybe surgery or even just the sadness of a divorce or the death of a loved one, positive thought can help our bodies heal.
Heal, exactly.
What kind of exercises can we do? Is it a mental thing, or is it an emotional thing, or a spiritual
No,
thing?
it is emotional, spiritual, but it starts with a positive thought, which is a mental thing.
Mhm.
And when you have mentally you respond, everything just follows it.
Mhm.
One of the main exercises I will tell you to do have positive affirmations.
Mhm.
Make affirmations for your soul, make affirmations for your physical well-being, and make affirmations for your mental well-being. So you can have 3 different kinds of affirmations. Like you can say, my soul is happy and blissful.
Mhm.
You can have an affirmation, my body is healthy and strong. And for mind, you can have, I'm in bliss no matter what the circumstances are outside. And your reality will change for those affirmations.
So is this where we might use something like mantra?
Mantra is actually called, comes from word mind, and tra means tool.
Mhm.
Mantra healing can be one way of positive thoughts by attracting positive energy.
Mhm.
Mantra means tool of the mind.
Mm-hmm. So mantras, in a way, we are thinking, speaking positive.
Actually, mantras are positive and negative.
Mhm.
Some people have used mantras for harming other people too because they are very powerful thoughts.
Mhm.
But here we want to use them in a more constructive way with positive mantras, blissful mantras, honoring the nature or the divinity within us.
And one last thought on that, this idea that I can think a thought and it can affect someone else. Is there any real basis to that? Isn't that just kind of a bit of wacky new age?
Like if you just look from the pure scientific way, if you are having negative thoughts,
Mhm.
actually there is a study nowadays known as mirror neurons.
Mhm.
Like if you were to move your arm,
Mhm.
my body, the neurons, but 20% of my neurons for moving they'll fire though my arm does not move. So
Mhm.
this has been scientifically proven to have mirror neurons. So what you are doing, if you are in pain, without you saying anything, my neurons will respond to your facial expressions.
Wow. So in terms of our thoughts affecting other people, it's partly what's happening with mirror neurons, and it's the idea that there are thoughts are electromagnetic waves, right?
They're waves or energy of information and prior potentiality,
That can be received.
and also can be transmitted. So you transmit, like people think of our brain or as mind
Mhm.
as both a receiver and a transmitter.
Mhm.
So you have to be tuned to the positive frequencies to receive positive waves.
The most cutting edge neuroscience is going in this direction. There's the field of brain machine interfaces
Yeah.
where they're developing robots that respond to thought.
Yeah.
So I will think I would like the robot to switch the light on, and over there a machine will simply
Yeah.
switch.
Because the thought generates electrical activity,
Okay.
and that electrical activity can be picked up by robots or by computers.
And by other people, presumably.
Oh yeah, by the limbic system especially,
Uh-huh.
and by mirror neurons. So my friends, think positively, think positive affirmations, and you will become what you wish to be. Thank you.
Jesus, hallelujah.